My name is David Tai, and I'm an 11th grader.
My name is Diana Gopar, and I'm a 12th grader.
My name is Andrew, and I'm an 11th grader.
My name is Kenny Jones, and I'm in the 11th grade.
So to first understand the dangers of dehydration, we must understand something foundational, which is the historical importance of water. So this ancient philosopher named Lao Tzu once stated, "Water, he who controls the water supply controls the people." Now, this wasn't just a saying, but it was historically backed up. So if you can look at the slide, at the top of the slide, you'll see a Roman aqueduct. These structures were used by empires like the Romans to control water, and by controlling water, they could improve economically, build massive cities, and make their population more healthy. But why was water so powerful? Water was so crucial for survival, and our bodies are made up of 60% water, and because of this, we use this water for our biological processes, like how we think and how our muscles move. And now, let's move on to the causes of dehydration. So the causes of dehydration is increased urination, vomiting or diarrhea, not drinking enough water, high salt or sugar intake, excessive sweating, illnesses or medical conditions, heat exposure or sunburn. And now you may notice one thing that is similar in these causes, and it's that it deals with the excretion of water from your body.
So for statistics, I did a survey on Forest Park High School and found out that around 36% of students believe that they don't get enough water on a day-to-day basis, and it's also believed that 47% of Americans are dehydrated to severely dehydrated. Before I move on, I wanted to ask everyone if at random times during the day, have you ever felt lightheaded or dizzy? Like maybe during a test or something? Well, that might be in large part due to dehydration. There are many minor and major effects to dehydration. Some minor effects could be, of course, as I stated earlier, dizziness and lightheadedness, but it could also lead to dry skin, dry mouth, and yeah. Some more severe effects could be like comas or seizures, which are due to severe electrolyte imbalances.
Now I'll talk about the reasons that for the habits that lead to dehydration. It comes to three main points. The first one is excessive sweating from working out or exercise. This is a common habit because when you're exercising or working out, you have the intention to build muscle or get your routine done. And during this, you're often sweating a massive amount. And as David said, the secretion of water is one of the causes for dehydration. And oftentimes, drinking water is often forgotten when doing these activities. The second one is prolonged exposure to the sun. As David also said, heat exposure and sunburn are another cause for dehydration. And I want to expound on this. For instance, temperatures such as now and in the summer, it's going to make you sweat a lot. And it's going to secrete water as well. Then sunburn. And prolonged exposure to the sun without sunscreen, it will leave sunburned areas which your body will try to mend by resourcing all the water till there, leaving your body to use up all the necessary water you have to stay well hydrated. And then the most obvious and most common reason is forgetting to drink water. With other sensations such as hunger and sleepiness, we don't get an obvious sign for dehydration unless you're focusing on it. For hunger, it's like your stomach growling. For sleepiness, it's you yawning. But for dehydration, unless you know the signs are to be aware of it, it'll be too late and you'll already be dehydrated.
So these are two examples of celebrities that you might know who've suffered from dehydration. So first we have Rihanna. So back in 2012, she was partying at a Met Gala in New York City, and she was rushed to the medical center because of dehydration. And this was also right after her rehearsal for her Saturday Night Live skit, and she was also pulled out due to exhaustion. She later posted on social media with her arm hooked up to an IV, and she posted to her fans that she was getting lots of rest and that she would be ready to get Usher, he once passed out while recording a song in his studio, and he was under the doctor's care for dehydration and exhaustion as well. And his doctor prescribed him strict bed rest for 2 weeks, and for him to drink lots of fluids. And once he did what he had to do, he was back into his studio to record his songs. So these two experiences are prime examples of when you are doing something for such a long time, you're able to overlook what your body needs, and because they were so focused on what they were doing, they forgot to drink water or even think about hydrating their bodies. So if you work or if you're employed or you're doing something for such a long period of time, don't forget to drink water to hydrate your bodies. So these are the effects presently. So first we have dry mouth. So dehydration can lead to this by reducing your saliva production, which is essential for hydration in your mouth. And this can also lead to your lips to be dry or chapped, and this is when your lips start, the skin from your lips start peeling, well, lifting, and you have the urge to pick it off or tear it off, and then your lips start bleeding, and it's not good. And then for kidney failure, this is when your kidney can no longer effectively filter waste and toxins from your blood and regulate your body's balance of salt and water. Then for low blood pressure, when you're dehydrated, your blood volumes decrease, and this makes it harder for your heart to pump blood efficiently throughout your body. And then for death, dehydration can lead to this through a bunch of physiological changes that can impair your organs' function and change your electrolyte balance, which can lead to organ failure and then leading to your death. These are the long-term effects. So first we have cognitive impairment. So your brain is approximately 75% water, and so even mild dehydration can impair the functions of your brain. For example, causing memory loss or a decrease in your physical movements. For heart problems, dehydration can strain your heart and again cause electrolyte imbalance, which can increase your heart rate or even trigger arrhythmias, which is irregular patterns in your heart beating. And then for skin damage, dehydration can cause wrinkles, dark circles around your eyes, puffiness, and an increase in sensitivity and redness to your skin. And then for unusual urination color, so normally when you're hydrated, your urine color should look like this pale yellow on the right of the chart. And you can see it gets darker and more concentrated as you're more dehydrated. And this is because your kidney conserves water, and the higher the concentration, your urine color starts to change. And it could also be because of irritation or microbleeding. So if you're super dehydrated, your urine color would look like that red on the left of the chart.
To combat dehydration, the government and schools can work together to make sure free drinking water is easily accessible for everyone. Schools can fix old water fountains by installing modern filtered bottle filling stations in areas like classrooms, libraries, and cafeterias so students can stay hydrated throughout the day. To ensure safety, school districts should regularly test their water supply, especially in older buildings where contamination is more likely. They should also teach students on why hydration is important for their energy, focus, and overall health, and to make sure free drinking water is available during meals.
Methods of combating dehydration. I want you all to first I want you first to all know how to identify if you're dehydrated. So I want you all to do what I'm doing. Extend your arm like this. Okay. Has everyone extended the arm?
Yes.
Okay. Now select a finger. It can be any finger, and then pinch the middle of the skin of the finger, and hold it for 2 to 5 seconds, and then let go. If the thing goes immediately down, that means you're well hydrated. But if it stays up for a little bit, you're dehydrated. And if you are, we're moving to the second step. Drink water or sports drinks. Sports drinks are high in electrolytes, which help your system balance and maintain the hydration levels required to run everyday bodily processes. And the final third, always remember the daily intake you have to take. For women, it's 11.5 cups or 2.7 liters, and for men, it's 15.5 cups or 3.7 liters. and this is like the daily intake you're supposed to have, it can be close, but it has to be around that.
Managing dehydration is harder than it seems because our body's warning system isn't very reliable. Thirst is actually a late warning sign, so by the time you feel thirsty, your body is already running low on fluids. Sometimes the body sends mixed signals, especially making you feel hungry or crave sugar, when in reality you just need water. Dehydration can also appear as headache, tiredness, or irritability, which people often mistake it for stress or lack of sleep. Drinking a large amount of water quickly doesn't fully rehydrate the body. Aging can weaken thirst awareness, and proper hydration requires electrolytes like sodium and potassium, like Dan stated.